Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. In this video report, we are bringing to you 3 special individuals that we found on YouTube, which are Ben Heck, Rachel McIntyre, and Adrian Esposito. These 3 people are all suffered from Asperger Syndrome in common. Do you know what is Asperger Syndrome? Asperger Syndrome is a form of autism. It is a lifelong disability that affects how a person makes sense of the world, processes information, and relate to other people. People with Asperger have difficulties in 3 main areas, which are social communication, social interaction, and social imagination. The development of kids with Asperger syndrome is not the same as the normal kids. Children with Asperger syndrome exhibit poor social interaction, obsession, odd speech pattern, limited facial expressions, and peculiar mannerism.
Ben Heck, in his childhood, he had no speech and was a chronic stutterer. He was behind all gross motor and motor activities. Same goes to Adrian Esposito. His words come out scrambled. He experienced gross motor delay and have real sensitivity with noise. While Gretchen McIntyre, on the other hand, had major sensory issues. She ran and hid when hear shrieking fire truck siren, start rocking, and screaming when hear a loud construction. Ben Heck and Adrian Esposito experienced gross motor delay. Gross motor skills are the skills that your child needs to move their body and do activities that use their arms and legs.
Park and an arcade. Not exactly easy places for someone with sensory issues. The lights, sounds, oh my gosh, the roller coasters, they were so overwhelming. At first, I kind of questioned his sanity. And then my sanity, as the strobing lights and sounds made me want to run and hide.
Rachel McIntyre, in the other hand, experienced social deficit when she was in school. She hid in counselor room to hide from the others. She also felt ashamed and displaced. This condition clearly showed that she has problems in psychological development in the stage of industry versus inferiority, where she is not confident of herself and she felt ashamed.
The industry versus inferiority is the 4th stage of Erik Erikson's theory of psychological development. The stage occurs during childhood between the ages of approximately 6 and 11.
Everyone needs support in their life. No matter how tough we are, we still need support to encourage us to do better, to remind us not to give up, and to make us keep going on. These special individuals, Adrian, Ben, and Gretchen, they need special attention. They are special individuals, so they need special attention. They need major support from us. All of these individuals, their support system are mainly of their close related person like family, a mother, best friend, teachers, and coach.
Ben Heck have his mother supporting him, sent him to sport organization as she believed that Ben belongs to play sport. She did the right call back then. Sport opened Ben's world. Ben is now an athlete of Special Olympic. He also became the voice of people with disabilities.
Adrian Esposito himself is a very self-motivated person. With great encouragement showed by her mother, teacher, and friend, he is now a successful film editor. Rachel McIntyre, on the other hand, had her best friend with her all the time and listened to her story. She is encouraged to write books for children so that they don't have to feel lonely the way she did. Now, we see support system is one of the strongest factors that keep these special individuals to keep going in their life.
The challenges living with Asperger Syndrome. Everyone have the challenges in their life, include the pupil with Asperger's. They have to face their life like a normal person even though they are different from us. They have the challenges with their school activities and high-functioning autism, such as social interaction and intense sensory stimulation. Based on video research, Ben Hack has a difficulty to communicate with others. He has a difficulty in picking up on jokes, emotions, and social setting. He cannot read or understand people's body language, and he also did not know how to react and behave follow the condition of his surrounding. He also hypersensitivity to the sound and light. Before he was diagnosed with Asperger Syndrome, his teacher always misunderstood with his behaviors. For Adrian, his mother need to face their neighborhood and other family members who hard to understand Adrian's condition. They look he and his mother like a stranger. His mother also has a hard time to find a right school program for him because some of his friends did not respect him and don't want to be friends with him. Because of this, Adrian was depressed and wanted to commit suicide. Adrian also has a problem in making decisions, and he also has a habit to rock his body when talking. Next, the challenges for Gretchen McIntyre, who has diagnosed with Asperger Syndrome when she was 23, is she feels ashamed and displaced since high school. She always hides in counselor office to avoid herself from being bullied. He also sensitive to the light and sound. She will start shaking and rocking when she hears a loud sound like construction loud and fire truck sirens. She also fears to drive and has a social deficit problem. How to overcome the Asperger Syndrome? All the problems have the ways to solve it, include this syndrome. Asperger Syndrome cannot be healed, but we can reduce the symptom and improve the skill in communication and physical clumsiness. This slide shows the ways how to overcome the Asperger Syndrome. There are many ways to overcome the syndrome, such as cognitive behavioral therapy, language therapy, occupational therapy, parent education and training, social skills training, special education classes, medication, and also behavior support. Based on research review, Ben Hack has overcome his syndrome by doing a lot of occupational therapy. This therapy helps him to perform the things that he wants and needs to do. Ben also involved himself in sport. His mother encouraged him to join this sport because she wanted to help him to improve his communication and physical skill. By joining this sport, Ben can communicate better than before, and he also became an athlete for Special Olympics. All people there respect him like a normal person, and he also got a supportive coach who helped him in this sport. Same like Ben, Andrea also involved in many activities and treatments to overcome his disability. He joined a support group where he can meet the people similar with him. By joining this, Andrew has improved his communication skill because there he can talk with others about their interests, and he also become more receptive about people's feelings. Next, Andrew also involved in karate class. He taking part in karate class because he want people to respect him and look him like. For Gretchen, She overcome her disability by cope her fear. As example, she failed to drive a car by herself, but she did it. She drove a car by herself almost 1,000 miles. She also involved in writing. She wrote a children's book to help the children that struggle of being different.
To overcome the Asperger Syndrome, parenting style is also important to help it. Based on Boring theory, there are 4 types of parenting style, which are authoritative parenting, authoritarian parenting, permissive parenting, and rejecting neglecting parenting. As we can see in this picture, which one of style that is suitable for people who has a child like Ben, Adrian, and Gretchen? The parenting style that is suitable is permissive parenting because this relationship is indulgent and low in controlled attempts. Parent who has this parenting style is supportive parent who can accept children's weaknesses and did not expect height from their children's abilities.
In conclusion, people with Asperger Syndrome also has a right to have a normal life like us, but they need a support from people surrounding them. Next, people nowadays must be exposed about disabilities people so they can understand and respect them because people with disabilities have a different development from us. In my opinion, a government and authorities that relates to this issue must provide a specialty to people with disabilities.